What do you mean by minimum support price? And how will MSP rescue the farmers from the low income trap? See, this question has two parts. And one thing that came to my mind when I read this question was back to basics. See, whenever we read General Studies Paper 3, MSP is something which we read as a very basic thing. MSP, what is it and how does it help out? So we don't read it at an applicable level. But here, UPSC is asking you to go back to basics and just explain to them plainly what is MSP. So I just explained what is MSP, a kind of a support price that is provided to the farmers. See, in questions where you get more than one part or like two parts here, you need to do justice to both the parts. And it depends on the demand of the question, how much space you're taking to write for both the parts. So here, what do you mean by MSP is one part, and the other is how will MSP rescue the farmers? Now, how will MSP rescue the farmers is something that this scope we can talk about in good number of points. So I started with what do you mean? Very briefly, 1/3 of the answer. I try to explain what is MSP, how is it a policy in order to support the income of the farmers, and how it actually makes sure that farmers are not affected by the markets going up and down, and how that agricultural marketing how MSP is helpful to the farmers. That I explained in the first part. In the second part, how will MSP rescue? In this, yes, I'd also like to mention, I also mentioned the name of CSAP, the Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices, which is actually determining, the agency which determines and gives this MSP and calculates it. So that also you can write. I also wrote in the second part of the answer, I wrote, how will MSP rescue the farmers from the low income trap? Anybody who's having a low income and anybody who's having, low productivity of the land, even with that low productivity, whatever he's producing, if he's going to the market or if going to the agri mandi and he's selling it for a minimum price, then at least he will have something for him. So this is the part that I emphasized, that poverty alleviation could also happen. Low income trap could actually break in. But then, whenever we talk about MSP, we also see how MSP is also going into a negative trend. Maybe the large farmers are taking all the benefit of MSP and it's not reaching the small farmers. Okay, so at the end, before ending the answer, I also mentioned the negative impact that how due to MSP, some particular crops are only being produced, okay, and how it is also harming the environment impact. These are some of the negatives. So we should also be recognizing that MSP is not one-stop solution, and there are also some loopholes in it. So that is what I try to do.